What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video.
This is my second long stint in America, and I feel like there's so many differences between the UK and LA. And to be honest, I feel like America gets a bad rap in general, but I actually want to tell you some of my experiences and what I noticed that is different between here and home. And we even got Mr. Jaden Bills with us as well, who's gonna maybe give you a little insight to what he thinks too. The first thing I notice every time I come back is just how complimentary people are of each other. So there's a little hike near where we stay, and you know, I walk up there, I get my sweat on, I take my top off. Instantly, people will say, yo, bro, you're so buff. Like, what's your bench? Like, oh, bro, what you weighing right now? And stuff like this. But like, you know, you take your top off, you know, anywhere in England outside, people are probably like, what's he got his top off for? Oh, what's he got that off for? And I just think the person-to-person communication is so much more polite and happy here. For example, again, I was in CVS, which is like a just general store yesterday, and I was really noticing like everyone that went up to the person working behind the counter, just how much energy, enthusiasm they meet each other with, and just like how happy they are to speak to each other is just so dramatically higher than what it is in the UK. This ain't even gonna be a video of me just like completely shitting on the UK. There's obviously things that are better back home, but like it's just something I notice every time I come. Another really big one that you actually notice this from films as well is as adults, you hang out with both sexes, and that's really normal. Like boys and girls being friends in their late 20s, teenage years, any sort of age is really normal. Whereas I feel like back home, if you're like, you know, my age, like late 20s, and you know, you're still hanging out with girls in your social groups, it's a little bit more rare. Like, I'm not saying it's weird, but it's definitely rarer. I don't know many groups of boys that have girlfriends that they just all hang out with. And one thing about LA in particular, Jaden just said, is the days are so much slower. Like, that rush of day-to-day life that is in London.
No rat race aspect here for sure. The rat race in London's real, rushing everywhere, stressed. Here I just feel like if you just plan your day, you just do your day, you see people, you drink coffee. Never feel like I'm in a rush here. I feel like I'm wasting time.
Yeah, facts. I notice that every time we come, like straight away, it's just like I'm so used to go mode. Right, let me make the most of every single minute and hour of my day. Whereas, you know, people are like starting their days at like 10 a.m. here, innit? Like, tipping culture as well is very weird to get used to. Like me and Jaden were sitting in a bar the other day. I paid the bill, and like instantly the bar guy was like, "By the way, we only get paid by the tips." And I was like, "Oh, like, you know, sorry, I didn't really actually realize." So, you know, getting used to adding like that little 20% on pretty much everything that you buy out here is definitely something you got to adjust to and get used to giving out, because it's considered quite rude if you don't, you know.
When you go on CG and that, you're not tipping?
No, I tip every time it's EG. Yeah, I got to keep my rep up, man.
But y'all know we gotta make that
I'm not
mention.
gonna lie, I'm sitting here trying to fix.
But y'all know we gotta make that mention. Like, y'all can't take that lightly when people say that this is literally how they eat. Right. These tips is what actually helps the bills get paid, not the check from the actual job itself. And that's crazy to say, because you're working for the tips. People go home and count their tips before they be happy about their check. Right. So I'm just saying, y'all don't take that lightly. People really have to depend on tips whenever they're working in certain restaurants or bars or whatever it is they're doing.
And I know y'all say, well, just change it. Do y'all see what we're dealing with in politics?
The fight is not over.
Okay, do y'all see?
It is still going.
And I spoke about this in another video, but I don't think it was a UK video, so I'll let y'all know as well. But just last week in Louisiana, they had an opportunity to raise the minimum wage from $7.25, which it has always been since the early 2000s, I believe. They had an opportunity to raise $7.25 to $12.
Yeah.
And they voted no. Minimum wage. And I know some waitresses don't even get paid minimum wage. Okay, so.
Think of positives about the UK compared to out here. At the minute, obviously, I'm very biased because I'm still on the high cloud of just being here. So we'll leave that for maybe another video. But if there's anything else you want to know, hit the comments and I'll get back to you. Peace.
So, hey guys, we've been living in the US for 7 months now. And I was having some chest pain one day, like maybe a couple weeks ago now. I was having some chest pain.
She's cool, by the way.
Yeah, I'm fine.
We usually see a couple talking about the experiences together. Come on, shout out to them, man.
Like in the UK, you just like to get checked out.
Well, there's no 111 here, so, you know. We went to the ER. Guys, the bill. Let me tell you, so, what did we do? They did a chest x-ray. They did an EKG, which is like just checking your heart. They did some blood tests. That was it.
I think that's it. And it's not like they asked
I know
us,
what they're about to say next.
oh, do you want us to do this? They were just like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. So like, okay.
Cool, like this
Fine.
is what's needed. Guys, the bill that we got slapped with, we'll put it on the screen.
If you don't have health insurance,
If you don't
in
have
this
insurance,
country, you are
screwed.
cooked. You're cooked. How much was each thing?
So the blood test was $378.
$378 for the blood test.
The X-ray was $384, which was like 5 minutes, by the way.
How much was the EKG?
The EKG was $200, and then just to come to the emergency room was $2,988 just to come.
Man. Just to went to the urgent care.
He probably told her, baby, get the beans and bread. We're gonna be eating beans and bread for a while. Cause ain't no way them boys just overpriced us our whole stay.
For real.
How we getting back home now?
Child.
We gotta pay these people their money.
Listen, go pick up a mop.
Oh man.
We maintenance now.
That hurts, bro. Like, if you haven't experienced a bill in the U.S., you really would think that everything that you worked hard for, you can't work. Like, you gotta focus on getting this bill taken care of. Cause it's just...
I remember one time I went to the emergency room and it was taking so long. Like, I had already got to the back room and it was taking so long because I wanted to leave. And it was like, we already billed you for it. Get back in the room.
Ooh, man. And don't run out. They're going to say, we got your address.
We're going to
We'll
send
mail it
you
to you.
Listen.
We'll mail it to you.
You go to the emergency room on Monday, you have that bill in the mail by Wednesday.
Bro, it comes in faster than a check. I'm telling you, the more on play.
Admitted in there.
So
like,
the total bill, we'll put it here. This is
like
how much.
4.4.
This is the bill.
I'll never see that. If I was
I want you to just
from
imagine
the UK.
how fast my heart rate. Like even me too now, I need EKG. Like imagine getting slapped with this kind of bill.
It's actually
Like
crazy.
I know a lot of people complain about the NHS and whatnot, yeah, but you know what? Thank God that people can actually go and get themselves checked without getting like sent into bankruptcy. Like this is crazy.
Such a strange experience. I'm thinking, I don't have to pay for this. You're checking, like, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Anyway, let us know if you want us to tell you other weird things that we...
Yeah. Well, not weird things, just different things.
Yeah, different things
Different
that we
things.
have
I
experienced.
like their attitude.
Man, you go to the hospital, bro. This is what they do. I'm about to tell y'all what they do and why you being there so long. If I go to the hospital and I say, hey, I really have like a crazy migraine, I just need some medication. Can y'all take a look at it? It's been going on for weeks now. And they're going to say, okay, what's your name? Let's pull up your name. Your name? They're going to get your name. And when you put in DI such and such, a bill going to pop up on the screen for $50,000 or something. And they're going to be like, someone's going to see you in a minute. Go sit down. You ain't about to be seen in a couple. You're going to feel that pain.
And they gonna remind you about that bill that you didn't pay. They're not going to turn you away.
Nah.
But listen.
Nah, they gonna get their check.
I remember, being in college for the first time, away on your own, adult on your own for the first time. Anytime something was wrong with me, I went to the doctor. I didn't know that you're not supposed to do all that because I had my parents call and things. When I lived with them, but child bills,
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Guys, if you work in a firm that's got any kind of international offices, I'm sure you would have had a realization of how cutthroat Americans are and how different corporate culture is over there, genuinely. Let me tell you guys when I realized I'm genuinely not cut out, at least not yet. So we had a project and we were working with some international teams to get some stuff out to some clients. And this particular project involved the New York team. Now, I was working closely with this particular guy in New York and he was like a grade or two below me, but he was like super sharp. So I was working very closely with him and he was very good. Now, things are ramping up and he's told me that for this particular area, I needed to get something to him by 9. Bear in mind, it's already 9 or 10 in England. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, you mean 9 the next. So once it's gotten a bit late, I've called it a day, I've worked hard, do you know what I mean? I'm ready to go home and just unwind, like, I've had a long day. So obviously it was late, I got the Uber home, it was a long ride because there was traffic and I'm ready to go home and just sleep. So I've got home, I'm ready to sleep and of course that's what I do. I just remember I must have conked out within like 5 or 10 minutes of getting home. I think I was still wearing my work clothes, but do you know what I mean? I was knackered. Man, I was having the sweetest sleep ever. Like, when you work so hard, you feel like you've had a warrior sleep. Like I was deep into that sleep. And of course, the phone just starts ringing, it's beating off, and I'm thinking, who the hell is calling me at this time? So I've just picked it up and I'm thinking it's my friend, and I'm like, what's up? And I got G-check. It was the same guy I was working with, and he was telling me, oh, I said I needed this by da-da-da-da-da, you haven't sent it, now we have da-da-da-da-da. Guys, it turned out he wanted it by 9 his time. I didn't even clarify that, so I was just thinking, cool, I'm gonna do it in the morning at 9, but he meant 9 his time. This guy wanted me to work until 3 a.m. to finish what he needed. Bear in mind, this person is a grade below me, and he's talking to me in his manner. This is when I said, okay, you know what I mean? The stakes in America is much higher. But that wasn't enough. I even got double teamed by him and his manager. But yeah, in the end, man, I folded. I got my backside up and finished that task immediately. And I was even in office the next day. But yeah, man, America, no joke.
No joke.
Man, we're gonna stop it right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, boys, you have to fill them shoes and get to. Yeah,
The first red flag that he should have knew about was New York.
Yeah, that's what I said. New York.
He wanted it in a New York minute. That's not the same as a London minute.
Mm-hmm.
We're British, but we live in America, and friends and family in the UK have been telling us that we've changed. So this is part one of how America has changed us. So I think the most obvious thing is how we dress. So in the UK, we dressed quite formally, we wore proper shoes, and it was really fast fashion. So as soon as the stores brought out new lines in line with the seasons, they would have new colours, new designs, new styles, and we would go to the store and we would kit our wardrobes out with the latest fashion. And we very rarely kept these clothes until the following year because it would be a completely different fashion. So they went to the charity shop. To work, my husband would wear very formal shirts, which I spent hours ironing, and he would wear formal trousers, if not formal jeans and formal work shoes. I would say going out in public, we always tended to dress up rather than down. So if we were leaving the house, it was always better to be overdressed than underdressed. When we came to America, initially we were still dressing in the same way because all our clothes were from the UK. I was still in dresses, I was in proper sandals, and the kids were still in their colour coordinated matching outfits. But I would say how we dressed changed quite quickly. Obviously the weather is completely different here, so we started wearing more summer clothes, but also because the weather's so good, we're out and about all the time, and the clothes are always getting dirty. So I don't really care anymore if the kids have got a t-shirt and shorts on and they don't match. I just really don't care. They're going to get dirty anyway. My husband soon felt quite silly in what he was wearing to the office, so he now wears a light cotton t-shirt, baggy jeans and boots to work. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I get the impression that Americans don't really care what you wear, or at least in California they don't, because I think they're more bothered about who you are as a person and whether you're happy with what you're wearing and whether you're comfortable. So I'm slowly transitioning into Adam Sandler. I pretty much wear baggy t-shirts every day now. This is Oasis because we went to see them last year. And cycling shorts because I can run after the kids, they're comfortable. Actually, these are from Target. Target are fantastic for clothes. They were like $20 and I can clean the house. It's just more relaxed. And I think it's great because I'm not wasting money on clothes anymore and I'm comfortable. I just don't really care. I don't even bother with my hair and makeup anymore. Well, I do, but not very often. And I don't even bother like doing my hair. I just literally slap a baseball cap on and I'm good to go.
So one major difference.
Yeah. We don't know you, but we're gonna call you Susan. Susan, do your thing. Cut up. They're gonna say you changed because you're doing more that they don't get to do. It's Cali. You're living in Cali.
For real, good weather.
Now listen, you out here back in you know, saying nothing like your woods, and y'all able to go buy these fashion Novas, for instance, right? They just dropped it. You're able to go pick it up, fresh lines. I get it. But when you come here, it's like you really can't just relax. You can still put on the name brands and still relax. Wife would probably put on like a huge hoodie with the little cycling shorts and just look fly with the little socks, fuzzy socks to go, and it just look relaxing but stylish at the same time. Yeah, you changing on them, girl. Do you big one?
Yeah, we definitely don't care what somebody else have on. Nah, I mean, if it looks silly, we may comment to ourselves about it, but we don't care.
It's funny at the time, but then it's gone out. It's
right. But what is formal jeans? I've never heard of that.
You went back to the gym.
Yes, I've never heard of that before. Now we do dress up like, you know, when we're going somewhere nice, you know. But Callie, so I'm gonna just throw it out there that he's like in tech or something like that because the way she described he wears some baggy jeans with a t-shirt and some boots that sound like a tech job in Cali.
Heard that.
Yes.
Heard that.
they just going to work. They ain't work. They doing their work. Okay, don't worry about what they got on.
Formal jeans is the starch jeans, right?
I asked them. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But it wouldn't it though?
What is formal jeans?
Starched.
Jeans is jeans. I have no clue.
Okay.
In the UK is the public restrooms. They are almost non-existent here, and if you do find one, you have to pay to use it.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why do you gotta pay to poop in this country?
They only take cash, not cards, which was a big problem for us because we've just been using our cards for everything. We don't actually have any UK cash. So we found a bathroom, but I didn't have any cash on me. So I was really tempted to just ask some random kind stranger if I could borrow 30 pence just so I could use the bathroom because I had to go that bad. We could not find any cash, so I think we ended up just coming back to the hotel so I could go to the bathroom.
When you have your kids and whenever you're leaving,
Oh,
Yes, it's tough.
make sure you have to adopt the same policy with yourself.
Every time you leave the hotel, just make sure you go to the bathroom before you leave because you will not find a bathroom out on the street.
I wonder if that's why our phone booths smell like this.
Oh, yeah, probably. People don't want to pay to use the bathroom, so they just pee in the phone booth.
Ooh.
That would explain a lot.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
They staring at you.
So I moved from Birmingham, UK to Charlotte, North Carolina in the US, and I thought I would do a pros and cons list of the both of them. First big one is going to be the cleanliness of the streets and just the cleanliness in general. The streets are a lot cleaner in Charlotte than they are in Birmingham, UK. Now, a lot of people think that since a lot of people moved to Charlotte because it's a growing city, that it's, gotten a lot dirtier, it's not as clean as it used to be, and that might be true, but I'm telling you right now, Charlotte is so much cleaner than Birmingham, UK. Now, granted, the population though in Birmingham, UK is pretty high. A big pro of Birmingham is the food. I know people are going to say things about this one, but let me tell you right now, the food scene in Charlotte is atrocious. It's not good. The food scene in Birmingham is amazing, and it's full of lots of different cultural cuisines. Like, you can try lots of different things from lots of different cultures because Birmingham is a very multicultural city. Now, the only thing that I would never suggest anyone to eat in the whole of the UK is always going to be like Latin food or Mexican food. Don't even, if you go to the UK, don't try any of that. It's not going to be good. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to like it. I actually think that Charlotte is a great place to raise a family because it has a lot of daytime events and just things going on in general. There's just so much going on, like in terms of like places to take your kids and things like that. And the weather's always good, which is great. In Birmingham, there really isn't, if you have children in Birmingham, it's kind of hard. Like, there really isn't anywhere, well, there's places for them to go, but I mean, the weather isn't great, so it has to be a lot of indoor things, which isn't always ideal. One thing that Birmingham does really well is the shopping. A lot of people complain about Birmingham's shopping scene, but it's because they don't appreciate it. People from Birmingham, you need to stop complaining about Birmingham shopping because now I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, where shopping here is atrocious. I've learned to appreciate shopping in Birmingham, UK, because the malls in Birmingham are huge. They're like massive. They got multiple levels. There's just every store you can think of. In Charlotte, it's not a place where you can go shopping, and the fashion definitely reflects that. So give me a follow. I might do another one of these. Let me know, like and comment. Let me know what you think if you're from either of these places.
All right, y'all, we're gonna start with that. Make sure you guys go check them out. I think like when you're talking to people that have kids, what's gonna nip it in the bud for them is whether or not the kids are going to enjoy the location.
Right.
All that extra stuff won't even matter to a parent or to the parents, especially whenever the kids are involved. So if they're gonna have fun while they're there, if it's gonna be environmental friendly, if the system is good for them, everything.
Yes.
Yeah. If it don't work out for the kids, the parents is not gonna work out going.
Yeah, so let us know if you're from the UK, how do you feel about raising your children there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what absolutely shocked me the first time I came to England as a Southerner from America? That's part 3, by the way. First thing have to be the accents. Every 20 miles you go up north or south, there's a whole different accent. It really makes our southern-northern divide in America look like child's play. It just blew my mind. Number 2 has to be the queue. If there's a waiting line of people, don't cut it. Respect it at all costs. And if you don't, every British soul will be silently judging you. They might not call you out, but they'll give you the look. Number three would have to be the food. And as an American, you're probably thinking, oh, it's bland. Man, don't listen to that crap, dude. They got some great food choices over here. I had one of the best fish and chips I've ever had last week in the Isle of Wight. Have great steaks. Everything in the food is good for you. I lost like 20 pounds the first time I visited over here, and I just feel great. Thank y'all again for watching. Make sure you tap that follow button.
I solely wholeheartedly believe that the food outside of America just naturally does good to your body.
Yeah.
I have never heard a bad report about someone becoming overweight because they literally ate and it just, did their body the complete opposite.
Right. We even lost weight.
Right,
Our children was losing weight and we was like, hold up, because we don't want to take y'all back to y'all wellness visit when we get back to the States and they say something wrong. Okay.
Because the food quality amount, like the intake, it sticks. I feel like it sticks more compared to the food.
It took us a while to get full abroad.
We learned.
But our body adjusted.
We learned our portion.
Yeah.
Ultra shocks living in the UK as an American, part 2. I'm just going to keep doing these, you guys. One of the biggest things I noticed when I first moved here was in the UK, there are no drive-through banks or ATMs. I know that sounds silly, but it's just a normal thing in America, and you don't even see that. Like in the city, it's impossible here, but even in like the suburbs and the outskirts, no drive-through banks or ATMs. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the the storefronts are actually closing. They're just going into all mobile online banking, so there's not as many banks as there used to be. And I find that so funny because when I go back to Texas, there's like a new bank on every other corner all the time.
Yep. So Texas keep developing.
That's one thing. The other thing is no drive-through pharmacies. I know that sounds petty, but it's such a big convenience for us in America. Like I won't even consider going to a pharmacy unless they have a drive-through. So when I'm in Texas, I'm in the drive-through at CVS picking up my medication. But here you actually have to go into the chemist. That's what they call them here. Pharmacist or chemist here. And pick up your prescription like the good old days, which is fine. I live in the city, so go into the ATM, walk into the ATM around the corner, or go into my pharmacy is fine. But that's one of the things that is so different here. The other thing is the gas stations. They call them petrol stations. There is no pay at the pump, which blows my mind because I feel like here it would be the most convenient thing. Everybody's always in a hurry. There's not as many pumps. People have to like wait in line behind you to get gas. It's very stressful. There's no pay at the pump. You have to pump your gas first and then go into the store and wait in line and pay for your gas.
Let us know, anyone who's watching internationally, like literally, seriously, let us know. Do you all call it petrol as well? And do you have to pump your gas first and then pay?
Yeah, because
we're the only ones who do that. Opposite of what I just said, but we're the only ones who have to literally pay for gas and then pump. And everything else
that we've heard all these years, because I'm just thinking, and I just know so many times I'm thinking of me as a college student, and I just now I've had my car since my junior year, but now I'm really in a whole nother city. I gotta pump my own gas. I don't have nobody to depend on to pump my gas. And if I saw that there was a long line in the store, I'm just staying at the pump and pay.
Because we know why. We know what's going on, right?
Yeah, and I could just roll off when I finish.
It's a two-way street, but I feel like everywhere else is one way.
Right. And no drive-through pharmacies or banks. It's one thing to, get in a car when you really don't feel like going somewhere and being able to just drive through the drive-through. But it's another thing, like I'm just thinking of me, a young mom with a crying baby and a toddler who wants this, that in the store and having to get out. Oh, baby, that's stressful. I like the drive-through.
It works.
Like we did that 30 or 40 years ago in America. Now in America, you pay at the pump. You don't have a choice. You have to pay at the pump. So that's another observation that is really an inconvenience. Like it drives me insane. The other thing at the gas stations is in America, we have on the little gas pump, there's that little lever where you can hold the handle and then get back in your car and let it pump your gas for you. They don't have those here. And you would think here of all places, they would have them because it's cold and rainy half the time. But instead you have to like stand outside the whole time, pump your gas with people waiting behind you. Then you have to go into the store, wait in line and pay for it. So that to me would be like the best thing ever for people over here is pay at the pump and that little lever. I'm just saying, like as an American, that is my recommendation. I think life would be so much easier for people here. So yeah, comment below what you think about that. If you're from the UK, like tell me why they don't have pay at the pump. Is there like a practical reason for it? Also, why don't you have those little levers that hold the handle for you? Because that would make life so much easier. Like, is there a reason why they don't have
Well, the
those?
people gonna get honestly the comment section about that one.
Nah, but it does make sense because if I have to pay before, you know what I'm saying, while the gas is being pumped, like let me put it in there, hit it, and then let them know how much I'm putting in, and then by the time I'm come back, it's done. I can just leave. Like, I gotta process everything, and it takes time.
I think here, like we just make every single thing convenient. Over there, they like, okay, stop being lazy. You can do it yourself.
I didn't want to say it out loud, but that's what I'm feeling. That's what it's giving for real. It's like, get to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, move your body some more.
And they recommend that you don't get back in the car when you put the nozzle
Now,
in.
what we did see is, and let us know if y'all do this, because we was taught not to do this. When we was out the country, they pump their gas while the car's running.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Like, viciously, like, cars be running nonstop. They get out, car running, pump the gas, they get in, they out. And
we have to cut our car off. So, if y'all know the reason, let us know. Why y'all don't?
Culture shock as an American working for a company in London with a ton of Europeans. Honestly, it's incredibly different working here in Europe versus working in the US. Here's a few of my biggest culture shocks. The first obvious ones are things like respecting people's work-life balance and PTO. So in Europe, you are told to get offline around like 6 or 7 max every single day. Same with PTO, like you are always allowed to take your PTO allowance. No one will question you. Versus in the US, that is not the case. But there's also more subtle ones. I've noticed that a lot of the Europeans...
No, I gotta make mention because when money funny and the bills is going crazily high for no odd reason, for instance, lights and water, and you're not sure why, well, they say, hey, you good, you know what I'm saying, you can go off, you can go home, and we say here like, nah, I need overtime.
Yeah, I need to make sure
I need that extra couple hours they're trying to take from me. And I don't know, like, that's y'all thing too? Because for us, it's like we can't necessarily have that privilege 100% because sometimes bills really do have its own way when it comes back. Right. It sucks sometimes.
Team don't like to play like icebreaker games where they have to describe things about themselves. They'll roll their eyes, they don't want to do it, they don't want to talk about themselves, things like 2 truths and a lie, those kinds of things. Europeans are also much less likely to be outwardly ambitious at work, so they won't want to talk about their career aspirations as much as Americans do.
Yeah, I heard that.
Follow me for more insights.
Get ready with me while I tell you about some culture shocks I experienced moving from the US to the UK. So these are in no particular order, but one that I think is like one of the biggest ones is tipping. As we know, tipping culture in the States is out of control. Here, like, you go out to dinner and they just bring you a little card machine to the table and you tap your card and they ask if you want a receipt and then that's it. Like, that's literally all. Like, you don't tip service, you don't tip. I made this mistake when I got this tattoo. It was the first tattoo I got in London. And I got extra cash out because I thought I needed to tip. And the tattoo, I think, came to like $350 or something. And I gave him $400, which even in the US is like not a good enough tip. He was like, you don't need to do that. Like, we don't tip here. And I was like, oh, like he already had the money in his hand. And I was like, okay, well, it's fine. Keep it. Like, you did a great job. Like, thank you. Tipping for your hair? No. Nails? No. Going out to eat? No. Buying a drink at the bar? No. Also, Apple Pay. Everywhere. I literally don't bring my wallet out half the time anymore because you literally don't need it. You use it for the tube. You use it when, like, at a restaurant. They don't take your card away at a restaurant.
Apple Pay is so fast compared to everything else.
You use it at the bar. You use it at every single shop, every single market, and it's amazing. Another big one is the whole, like, you alright, you okay, really threw me the first few times I heard it because I was like, do I not look okay? Like, if somebody comes up to you in the US and they're like, are you okay? You'd be like, do I not look fine? Anyway, that is all I have for today. Let me know if you want to hear some more.
Guys, this is another.
You okay? You alright?
Is that equivalent to when we ask, are you good?
You good? You straight?
Because you know, you good mean different things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all be wanting to fight the people?
Culture shock that I've
this
experienced.
A lot of them are low,
since
y'all. So
coming
just
to
be,
the
you
UK.
know,
Where
bear
I'm
with us.
from, our families don't take the piss at each other. Like when I came to the UK and I saw families interact together, like brothers and the mother with the son, they literally make fun of each other, or like they'll like fight. I don't know if this is like every family, but these are the ones I've seen. Like people are just fucking mean to each other. Do they need therapy? And people seem to think that that's just the norm. And in the US, like my ex-husband's family, like everybody was so nice. Yeah, they would joke around with each other, but it was like very light. I feel in the UK, it's borderline, like, are they fighting? Like, should I leave? Or I guess that is the norm. I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was so weird because also in my family in Colombia, we don't have that. Like, if people were treating each other like really like bantery or like just taking an absolute piss, the other one would just start crying.
I don't know about that one.
Right, so this is things that shocked me when I first moved here. Let's do this. Number one has to be the cops didn't have guns. Wow.
Not on the hip, nothing.
I have to bag my own groceries and take them to the car myself. I mean, I see the ludicrousy in it now, but at the time it was just, I was like, what? I was just stood there and all my stuff was piling up. I had no clue that people don't use garages for cars.
They use it for?
It's just for stuff.
Nah, I'm gonna need to put my car in there.
You guys don't have county jails.
I'm gonna need to go ahead and slide that vehicle in there. Back it in.
For real. Like when we first got a garage, baby, listen, we was excited to have a place to put our car so nobody knows we home. We love that.
Now that's a fire. That's luxury.
We gotta find somewhere in the house for that.
I do. We do see this off the door here, where people have so much stuff lined up in their garage, bro. When I'm talking about like, dang, it makes it look like they've been there forever.
Right. They treat it like a storage.
They do,
which is okay. I mean, if that's what you want to do, but for us, baby, that's where the cars go. Love it.
Yeah.
I'm not home.
Just prison. You're either in or out. Just prison. Shocking. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, people don't have coffee pots in their house. No coffee pots.
They have kettles.
What do they have? What y'all got? What y'all got?